What if I told you that 2,000 years ago, ancient philosophers discovered the secret to attracting everything you've ever wanted into your life? And no, this isn't some mystical manifestation technique or positive thinking nonsense. This is real, battle-tested wisdom that transformed emperors, warriors, and ordinary people into unstoppable forces of nature. I'm about to share with you 10 Stoic rules that, when applied correctly, will completely rewire your reality. These aren't just philosophical ideas. These are actionable principles that will make opportunities, relationships, success, and abundance flow toward you like a magnet. And the best part? You can start implementing them today. But here's the catch. These rules go against everything modern self-help gurus teach you. They're counterintuitive, uncomfortable, and require real discipline. But if you stick with me until the end, I promise you'll walk away with a completely different understanding of how to manifest the life you truly deserve. Let's dive in.
Focus only on what you can control. Let me start with a story. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world at his time, faced plague, war, betrayal, and the weight of an entire empire on his shoulders. You know what he wrote in his journal? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Here's the harsh truth most people don't want to hear: 95% of your stress, anxiety, and frustration comes from trying to control things you can't control. The weather, other people's opinions, the economy, your boss's mood, the past, the future. When you waste your energy worrying about these things, you're literally pushing away the very things you want to manifest. Why? Because you're operating from a place of weakness, not strength. You're scattered, unfocused, powerless. The Stoics understood something profound. The universe responds to focused energy. When you concentrate 100% of your mental, emotional, and physical energy on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, your effort, you become an unstoppable force. Here's your first action step. Write down everything stressing you out right now. Then, draw a line down the middle of the paper. On one side, write "can control." On the other, "can't control." Now, I want you to consciously let go of everything on the "can't control" side. Just release it. This single exercise will free up massive amounts of energy that you can redirect toward building the life you want. When you do this, opportunities you never noticed before will suddenly appear. Why? Because you're no longer blind to them. Your mind is clear. Your focus is sharp. You're ready to receive. Turn obstacles into opportunities. The Stoics had a phrase: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let me break this down because it's absolutely game-changing. Most people see obstacles as reasons to quit. A failed business, proof they're not meant to be entrepreneurs. A rejection, evidence they're not good enough. A setback, a sign from the universe to give up. But here's what the Stoics knew. Every single obstacle contains the seeds of equal or greater opportunity. Not sometimes. Every single time. The trick is training yourself to immediately ask, how can I use this? I'll give you a personal example. 3 years ago, I lost my job unexpectedly. Devastated doesn't even begin to describe it. But instead of wallowing, I asked that Stoic question: how can I use this? That obstacle forced me to start this channel, which became the greatest blessing of my life. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's pure Stoic thinking. Here's your second action step. Take your biggest current obstacle and spend 10 minutes brainstorming how it could actually be the best thing that ever happened to you. Force yourself to find 5 ways this problem could be a hidden opportunity. Your brain will resist. Do it anyway. When you master this mindset shift, you become literally unstoppable. Nothing can hold you back because everything that happens, good or bad, becomes fuel for your success. And when you radiate that kind of unshakable confidence, people, opportunities, and resources naturally gravitate toward you. Practice negative visualization. Now this rule sounds depressing, but it's actually the secret to unshakable happiness and attracting abundance. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils. Basically, regularly imagining worst-case scenarios. Wait, isn't that the opposite of manifestation? Aren't we supposed to visualize positive outcomes? Here's where modern manifestation gets it wrong. When you only visualize positive outcomes, you become fragile. The moment something doesn't go according to plan, you collapse. You lose faith. You think the universe is against you. But when you regularly practice negative visualization, you become anti-fragile. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, practiced poverty 1 day a month. He'd wear his worst clothes, eat basic food, sleep on a hard floor. Why? So he'd never fear losing his wealth. He'd already experienced it. This made him bold, fearless, and willing to take the risks that kept him successful. Here's the paradox: when you're no longer attached to outcomes, when you've mentally prepared for worst-case scenarios, you operate from a place of fearless action. And fearless action is what manifests extraordinary results. Think about it. If you knew deep in your soul that you'd be okay even if your business failed, would you take bigger risks? If you truly accepted that rejection wouldn't destroy you, would you put yourself out there more? Of course you would. Your third action step. Spend 5 minutes each morning imagining losing something you value, your job, a relationship, your health. Really feel it. Then feel the gratitude for having it now. This practice eliminates fear, increases gratitude, and makes you magnetic to opportunities because you're no longer operating from desperate energy. When you're no longer needy, when you're no longer desperate, you attract everything effortlessly. It's like magic, but it's just psychology. Live according to nature. The Stoics believed in living according to nature, not just external nature, but your own inner nature. And this is crucial for manifestation. Here's what they meant: every person has a unique combination of talents, inclinations, and purpose. A lion doesn't try to be a fish. An eagle doesn't try to be a mole. They live according to their nature, and that's why they thrive. But what do we humans do? We chase goals that aren't ours. We pursue careers because they pay well, not because they align with our nature. We follow other people's definitions of success. And then we wonder why we feel empty even when we achieve those goals. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What's bad for the hive is bad for the bee." You have a role to play in this world. A unique contribution only you can make. When you align with that truth, when you live according to your nature, manifestation becomes effortless. I'm not talking about some woo-woo, follow your passion, advice. I'm talking about honestly assessing your strengths, your values, and your natural inclinations. Then building a life around those things. Here's your fourth action step. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What activities make me lose track of time? 2. What would I do even if I never got paid for it? 3. What problems do I naturally want to solve? Your answers point to your nature. Start moving your life in that direction, even if it's just 10 minutes a day. When you align with your nature, you enter a state of flow. Life stops feeling like a struggle. Opportunities appear that are perfectly suited to you. You attract the right people, resources, and circumstances. Why? Because you're finally being authentic, and authenticity is magnetic. Accept what is. Epictetus said something that changed my life. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. And your life will flow well. This is not resignation. This is not giving up. This is the most powerful position you can take. Think about it. How much energy do you waste resisting reality? Wishing things were different. Getting angry at what is. That resistance is the very thing blocking your manifestations. Here's a truth bomb: reality doesn't care about your preferences. The universe operates according to its own laws. When you resist what is, you're essentially arguing with reality. And guess what? You'll lose 100% of the time. But when you accept what is, truly accept it, something miraculous happens. You stop wasting energy on resistance. That energy becomes available for creation. For action. For building the future you want. I'm not saying you accept injustice or don't work to change things. I'm saying you first accept the current reality as it is. Then you can effectively work to change it. A doctor doesn't deny that a patient has cancer. They accept the diagnosis, then they create a treatment plan. That's the Stoic way. Your fifth action step, for 1 week. Whenever something happens you don't like, immediately say to yourself, this is exactly what needed to happen. Even if you don't believe it, say it. This trains your brain to look for reasons why current reality might actually be perfect for your growth. When you master acceptance, you become like water, flowing around obstacles. Adapting to any container, soft yet capable of wearing down stone. This flexibility is what allows the universe to deliver your manifestations in ways you never could have planned.